time, I want to introduce myself, okay? My name is Bergita Verlin. You can call me Verlin. I'm a student in Unika Santi Polos Ruteng in English study program. Okay, today I will highlight the most important vocabulary that you need to understanding and the conversation about the coronavirus. Okay, let me start with the words outbreak, epidemic, and pandemic. Okay, these are definitely the top words they are being used when we are talking about coronavirus. Okay, the first is outbreak. Outbreak is an increase the number of cases a disease a particular place. Okay, let me give you an example to help understand that the coronavirus started with an outbreak in Washington state. Okay, the second word is epidemic. Epidemic is a large outbreak. That means the number of people who has the virus continue to go up quickly and it was over large geographic area. Okay. Okay, the third word is a pandemic. A pandemic is a global epidemic. It means the number of cases continue to rise rapidly around the globe. It's the largest in one region or a country is across multiple regions, countries, and continue. Now, one more word that we heard and will read that is related to this is epicenter. An epicenter is a focal point or central point. If we go back to the first example sentence using the word outbreak, intentionally the outbreak in the United States began the Washington state. The epicenter of the outbreak would be particular neighborhood. As we have watched the coronavirus move from particular Okay, as we have watched the coronavirus move from an outbreak to an epidemic and then pandemic, and then one of things that you probably heard about are restrictions. Restrictions and are limits or ways to control someone or something. Okay, for example, right now, there are many travel restrictions around the world. It means there are limits or some control of where you can and cannot travel to. Okay, they may be canceling travel plans or asking employees to stay home to work. Okay, and the second response is the social distancing. This is a focus to reduce care contact between people, and then purpose of social distancing is to slow down the movement or the spread of the coronavirus. Okay, is this why we have schools closing? This is why less public events are being cancelled and why many businesses have a start, which means working from home using the internet, email, and telephones. Social distancing also means choosing to stay at home more often and avoiding public space or large. And then the other response that you have probably heard a lot about is self-quarantine. Okay, this means to separate and restrict the movement of people who have the coronavirus or have been exposed to it and those we have not. Okay, many individuals have been asked or have volunteered to self-quarantine. That means is they stay at home and they restrict their movement. And then the one final word related to this is the word isolation. The most restrictive separation isolation is when an individual with a disease has been completely separated from other individuals. And then now let me focus toward that I just mentioned contagions, and contagions refer to how the disease moves or spreads from one person to other by direct on direct contact. Earlier, I mentioned that purpose of restrictions, social distancing, and self-quarantine are the movement of this virus from one person to other person, and the movement of the virus from one person to other person, and there important reason why we are doing this. Of course, to protect and to all your loved one, you protect those we are most vulnerable and to slow down the spread of the coronavirus. It is to reduce the possibility of overstressing, overwhelming our healthy care system and hospital. Now, if you or someone you know does need medical attention, especially related to coronavirus, I want to highlight some of the most important you will need to know in order to check to your doctor, nurse, and other medical staff about how you're feeling, what symptoms you're having. And then a symptom is a physical sign of the illness. Some of the most common symptoms that are being talked is fever. Fever is when your body temperature is too high. In addition to a fever you might have, if you have it, that means you have a pain here, particular when you try the breathing and you're not able to take deep breath. Okay, if you have it, that means you have a pain here, particular when you try to breathe and you're not able to take the breath. Again, we're talking about social distancing, choosing to stay home, or even if you need to self-quarantine. The first one's in the proposal web to stock up. The stock up means to have an extra supply, particular or basic like food, medicines, and other essentials or health items, and this is perfectly appropriate to do it. You're going to self-quarantine for 14 days. That means that you need to have enough for 14th day than anyone else who living with you. So right now, many people are going to grocery store and other market to stock up and things in dried goods, canned goods, and frozen goods. Okay, I think that's all today in this video. So my conclusion today, we must to know and to understanding about coronavirus. We must know vocabulary about outbreak, epidemic, a pandemic, social distancing, self-quarantine, isolations, and then stick up, for example. And then today, please give me your comment and give me your suggestions, so I think I can change my pronunciations and to understand coronavirus. Okay, in this video, I want to say thanks for Mom Faye, because today this video to midterm listening to. Okay, and the second suggestion from me, please, to protect your family by coronavirus, please make isolations yourself, quarantine, and social distancing. I think that's all. Thank you. Bye bye.